It started like any other urban legend, you know the kind, whispered in back alleys, passed down by night shift taxi drivers, and buried deep on late-night forums where the stories are half hoax, half warning. But this one had a location, somewhere in the dark alleys of Osaka, just beyond the reach of neon lights and vending machines filled with hot coffee and corn soup. There was said to be a machine that doesn't sell drinks, it sells death. Ethan Moorer, a travel vlogger from Portland, had heard about it in passing a strange post on a Japanese horror subreddit, with a blurry photo and a single sentence in broken English: "Buy one drink, it tells how you die." He was intrigued, and let's be honest, his channel was dying. Haunted hotels and ramen reviews only got him so far, but a haunted vending machine? That's clickbait gold. So he went, guided by a printed out map and a sense of invincibility only Americans abroad tend to carry. He wound through a labyrinth of backstreets until he found it, a rusted vending machine, half swallowed by ivy, tucked between two abandoned buildings. No lights, no labels, no reflection on the metal surface, just a small, red screen that blinked on as he approached. 100 yen. Receive your fate. No branding, no drink options, just one slot, one coin, one choice. Ethan laughed to himself. This was perfect. He set up his camera, gave his audience a wink, and dropped in the coin. Click. A single can clunked into the tray. It was ice cold, jet black, no barcode, no ingredients, just a white sticker with red, typewriter-style text. Drowning in a hotel bathtub. He froze. For a second, he wondered if it was a prank. Maybe there was someone watching. Maybe this was part of a weird, viral marketing campaign. But there were no cameras, no sound, only that machine, and the can, still cold in his hand. He chuckled, awkwardly signed off the video, and took the can back to his hotel. He didn't drink it. Of course he wasn't that dumb. It sat on the dresser while he edited footage, the label facing him like a silent dare. That night, as he brushed his teeth, he heard it drip. Then again. Drip, drip, drip. The tub faucet was leaking. But when he leaned over to check, it wasn't on. The water was still, silent. And just for a second, barely a second, he could have sworn he saw something in the mirror behind him. Not someone himself, but not quite himself. It looked wrong. Ethan didn't sleep well that night. Every time he drifted off, he'd wake to the sound of dripping water, or what he thought was dripping water. But the bathroom was dry. The faucet hadn't moved. The tub was spotless, except the can. It was no longer on the dresser. It was on the sink. He stared at it. No one else had the key to his room. The door hadn't been touched. The footage from his GoPro was still transferring to his laptop. It had to be a mistake. Maybe he moved it while brushing his teeth and forgot. But then why did the label look different? He picked it up. Same black can, same cold surface. But now the words had changed. Tonight, drowning in a hotel bathtub. His breath caught in his throat. This wasn't funny anymore. Ethan threw the can in the bathroom trash and slammed the lid shut. Then, because paranoia is stronger than pride, he dragged a chair into the bathroom and closed the door behind him. No tub, no water, no death. That was the plan. He spent the night editing footage from earlier, watching the vending machine scene over and over again. But something felt off. Not just about the can, but about him. His face on camera, his voice, his smile. They weren't his. Around 3:17 a.m., while scrubbing through frame by frame for a thumbnail, Ethan paused. The footage glitched, just for a second. But in that second, the version of himself on screen wasn't alone. A figure stood behind him in the alley. No face, just a silhouette. Almost human, but not quite. He rewound, played it again, and again, and again. Nothing. The glitch was gone. He stared at the screen, heart racing. Then, from the bathroom, splash. One single, heavy splash. Like a body hitting water. He leapt up, grabbed his camera light, and opened the door. The tub was full, overflowing, steam rising. He hadn't filled it, but someone had, and floating in the center of that still, hot water was the black can. Same one, same sticker, only one word now: run. Ethan didn't sleep the rest of the night. How could he? He dried the tub, locked the bathroom, and left every light in the hotel room on. The can was gone again. Not in the trash, not on the sink, nowhere. He tried to laugh it off. Maybe he was sleep deprived. Maybe the alley vending machine had messed with his head. Maybe it was just a coincidence. But deep down, something primal had already kicked in. That sense you get when something's watching you, even when you're alone. By morning, he made up his mind. He had to go back, not to prove it was fake, but because a part of him feared it wasn't. So around 10 a.m., he returned to the alley. The machine was still there, still dead silent, but something had changed. Now, taped to the machine's front was a small Polaroid. He pulled it off. It was him, Ethan, standing in front of the vending machine, smiling. Only, it wasn't from his footage. He never took this photo. And in the background, reflected faintly in the machine's warped glass, was that figure again, closer. This time, clearer, still faceless. That was the moment Ethan made his second mistake. The first was visiting the machine at all. The second was putting in another coin. He told himself it was for the story, for the channel, for answers. But as the second can dropped into the tray with a sickening thunk, and the screen blinked red, he felt it, like something had just locked its focus on him. This time, the can was white, cold as ice, a new label, red text, Yule, drink it, tonight. He didn't laugh. He didn't even flinch. He just stood there, holding it. Then, slowly, he placed it in his backpack and walked away back into the sunlight, back to the crowded streets, the safety of people and sound and traffic. But that night, back in his hotel, it was waiting for him again, on the nightstand, already open, still cold, still untouched, but no longer sealed. He didn't remember opening it. He swore he hadn't, but the label had changed again. Now, in clean black text, it read, "You're already drinking." Ethan dropped it. His hands were shaking, and that's when he noticed the taste in his mouth, metallic, bitter, familiar, like he'd been sipping something in his sleep. Ethan didn't remember falling asleep. He remembered fear. He remembered locking the can in the mini fridge. He remembered calling his best friend in Chicago and trying to joke it off, but not sleep. Yet when he opened his eyes, it was morning. The can gone again. The mini fridge still locked, untouched. His shirt was wet. There were scratches on his arms he didn't recognize. And the camera he kept on his nightstand, always recording while he slept for vlogs, was missing its memory card. Something had happened, and he had no way of knowing what. He stumbled into the bathroom, splashed water on his face, and that's when he saw it, a word, fogged onto the mirror. Tonight. Not written with a finger, not carved, just appeared as condensation bloomed on the glass. Ethan stepped back. His phone buzzed. An email notification. No subject, no sender, just an attachment, a video file. He hesitated, heart pounding, then played. It was security cam footage from inside his hotel room. Timestamped at 3:12 a.m. The footage showed him, Ethan, standing at the foot of his own bed, still, breathing heavily, staring straight into the camera. In his right hand was the open can. In his left, a small box cutter. And in the corner, nearly invisible unless you turned the brightness up, that figure again, watching him, tilting its head, faceless, but not featureless, because this time, its arms moved. It pointed at Ethan. Then toward the window, and the video ended. He slammed his laptop shut. Outside, Osaka bustled like normal. But to Ethan, it now felt like an illusion, like a thin, blinking layer of peace stretched over something waiting just below. He tried to call his friend again. No answer. Tried to upload a warning to his YouTube channel. Connection failed. It was as if something was actively interfering. And that night, the vending machine came to him. Not physically. But at 12:01 a.m., he heard the unmistakable clang of a can dropping. From inside his hotel room, he turned on every light. Nothing. Then again, clang. This time from the hallway. He opened the door. And there it was, right outside his room. The vending machine, somehow, impossibly, just there, still buzzing, still, glowing. Still waiting. And the slot was open, offering him a final drink. One last can. Black. No label. Just a thin line of red text carved directly into the metal. See you tomorrow. Asterisk. Ethan didn't take the can. He slammed the door shut, bolted it, and backed away like it would explode. It didn't. It just stayed there, humming. And when he checked again minutes later, it was gone. No sound. No trace. The hallway was empty, like nothing had happened. But something had. He wasn't the same. The next day, Ethan booked the first flight back to Chicago. He didn't check out, didn't leave a note. He just ran. He spent the entire flight checking his pockets, his bags, making sure no cans had followed him. By the time he landed, he was exhausted, but alive. For 2 days, nothing happened. No whispers, no emails, no cans. He started to believe maybe it was over. Maybe it was just a bad dream, a cursed place, and leaving had broken the cycle. Until day 3. He came home late after picking up groceries, opened the fridge, and sitting right in the middle, perfectly centered on the top shelf, was that black can. Unopened. Same scratched in message. See you tomorrow. He dropped it, stepped back. This wasn't over. That night, he tried staying up. No sleep, no dreams, no openings. But at exactly 12:01 a.m., every light in the apartment flickered out, and the hum returned, that buzzing glow. And in the darkness, the outline of the vending machine again. Right there, inside his kitchen. It lit up one final time. The screen flashed a new message. You've been warned. She's coming. Then silence. Everything powered back on. The machine was gone. But that night, Ethan wasn't alone. In the bathroom mirror, while brushing his teeth, he caught something behind him. He turned. Nothing. Looked again. There she was, a girl. Pale, soaking wet, eyes completely black. Smiling. Holding a can. And in her reflection he wasn't there. Only her. She whispered 2 words, drink up. And then the lights went out,